Well, once again, I've come across a building with some really big doors on it. This convinces me that people used to be really tall. They used to have a lot of giants living in this area hundreds of years ago. Either that, or they used to go inside with their horses into these churches. And the horses used to also attend church service. Anyway, that's not why I'm here. Welcome to the channel, by the way. There is a building called Palazzo Blu, and it is a art museum. It looks a lot more faded than it is depicted as on Google Maps. There's big pictures, I'm guessing, of various artists. I'm not sure what these pictures are about, whether they're artists or they are just the subjects of art. They like people from all different parts of the world. I guess they're just ordinary people from all different walks of life. Just doing their thing, I guess. This guy's got plaster on his eye. It doesn't look too good. It's a bit of a weird one. Why would you put a plaster on your eyeball? Yeah, I think up until the 25th of May they have something about the Giro d'Italia, which is bicycle race. I don't know whether they're going to let me in because I've bought some groceries at the shop and stopped for lunch, for my second part of my lunch, because I didn't have anything to put on my other sandwich. But yeah, we're back along the main Arno river that flows through the city. I see people sitting inside. I don't know whether there's like you have to wait to get in or what the story is. I'll go and check it out, and more footage to follow. Right, we are inside the Blue building, and today the entry is free. I just had to put my stuff in the cloakroom. I didn't understand the guy. I thought he was telling me to put the stuff down there, but there's a cloakroom around the side. If you ever come here, you can't come in with bags and stuff. I'm guessing these are past presidents or something. Portraits on the wall. So yeah, apparently it's ground floor, second floor and fourth floor. Very light looking racing bikes. And well used by the looks of the handlebars. Blue one and a grey one. These are famous cyclists from this city by the looks of things. And we have a timeline as well. Which, yeah, should start from this side, the introduction. In 1925, and I see Mussolini's name is mentioned there. I don't know if you're picking this all up in this light. But that is like the history of the race. Oh, Citroen CV2. So yeah, normally the entrance fee is €5. Today it's free. Let's go and check out what's in the other room next door. Right, ancient statue. And there is an artist whose work is on display until today is the last day to see it, I believe. Casa Umana. Right, 4th floor and 2nd floor. So took the stub off the ticket there. We'll store that for future reference. So, art collection, temporary exhibition. Let's check it out. Hey, I'm also filming. Right, what have we got here? Someone that's got folded back angel wings, inverted nipples, and they're sitting on a frog fish thing. Totally nude. Okay. Firenze, 1497 to 1550. This one's called a monstrous fountain. Right, okay. I just wonder where the water comes out on that. I'm guessing out of the frog's mouth. Right, we've got all religious stuff here. The original and the copy. Oh, right. So, which one is the original and which is the copy? The chapel was bombed during World War II. The modern painting and not the original was damaged. Right, okay. So, someone was doing some counterfeiting of this artwork. I wouldn't have a clue which is the original. They've switched a few of the figures around on there. Those two have swapped positions. And the one in red has got a different colour T-shaped thing on the tunic. Right. Well, at least I don't have to worry about the bike getting nicked today. We're on foot. Renaissance and rebirths. Hopefully you can see that in this light. You can always pause the video if you want to read the inscriptions. I don't want to drag the video out for too long. A city and a sea. Some ceramics. I guess they got to put these blinds out, otherwise the light is going to damage these paintings, as it does with sunlight. Right, that guy's got a rock in his hand. I think he's broken someone's jaw there. Performing an operation. Not appendix, because that would be on the right hand side. Yeah, as you can tell, I don't know anything about art, so I thought I'll just check it out anyway. It's always interesting to look at. The large canvas of the Morning of Christ. A family of artists. Babies seem to be the main attraction on these pictures. Here's one that's flying with a cross. Impressive superpowers. Yeah, so this is all like a religious theme upstairs by the looks of things. We'll check out the second floor and see if that's of any interest. So that's the fourth floor in the blue building. Right, this is the second floor, which is looking a bit more interesting. We've still got some old paintings, but of more interest is the coins. I mean, look at that, number one. That's like made out of stone. 275 to 270 AC. That's what coins used to look like. Roman coins. Right up to number 18, 135 AC. Oh. So those look more modern than those. But yeah, these are all the different types of coins they had. They were not necessarily round. Not exactly. I wonder how they used to make them. And this one is DC as opposed to AC. Number one is 39 to 40 DC. Oh, check that one out. Number 42. That's all the information about them down there. That's quite amazing. I mean, a big piece of stone like that. That's got to be about like, I don't know, 10 centimeters from top to bottom maybe. That's quite interesting. We've got more coins here. I reckon these must be worth a bit. Hence why there's cameras all over the place, because they don't want anyone nicking the stuff. And I don't blame them. The stuff is here for everyone to enjoy. But yeah, look at the edges on those, how rough some of them look. I'm guessing it was easier to counterfeit money in those days. Some tiny coins as well. So yeah, this is quite an impressive coin collection. You just wonder where they get all these from. Do they dig them up in certain places? Wow, look at the size of those. They're all metal ones. These are from the 1200s, 1300s up to the 1500s. So yeah, if you're into coins, floor 2 of the Palazzo Blu is the place to go. There are also paintings that you can enjoy. And what caught my eye when I walked in was this sideboard, I guess. It's got drawers in it. What does it say about the ancient coins collection? That's the story there, if you want to pause the video and read that. I'm guessing these are also drawers that pull out and doors that open, because they've got a hole for a key to fit into them. And they've got like marble as well in there. That would be quite an amazing sideboard to have at home for all your cutlery and stuff. And they've even got like artwork on the inside of the, on the drawers and that. Just imagine how long it would have taken to make something like this, with all the little statues and the extra bits and pieces and the gold paint and everything. That's quite amazing. Oh, there's one coin here. Monteiro di Palazzo Blu. Demo. Oh right, it's not a coin, it's a demo. Is it gonna play? Doesn't look like it. Okay, we'll skip that then. Wow, that's an amazing clock. Check that out. Always amazes me the frames on these paintings. They're enormous frames painted in gold. I mean, a painting that size must take a long time. There's a lot of effort involved. Wow, check this out. It's like an old musical instrument. Piano of sorts, I guess. I mean, look at the size of this painting and the frame. They have to use chains to hold it on the wall. They obviously don't want anyone to go near this stuff, otherwise they'll be sitting on it and whatnot. Oh, look at that piano, that's amazing. All the old furniture with gold painted wooden bits. A chess table gone wrong, possibly. Might have used it for board games, who knows. Candle holder. Or candelabra, as people call them. Storage for your grog. Just imagine how long it took people to get dressed in those days with all the fancy clothes they put on. They're all turning up to a party at the palace or something. But once again, I'm convinced people are really tall because the doors are very big. Ah, we've got a billiards table. Amazing. Old marble fireplace. Hey, there's a guy with a red beard. Oh, hang on, that's me. You can see the river outside there. Ritratto di Francesco Gioli, 1868 to 70. He didn't live long. I'm guessing that's when this painting was made. Wow, look at that. That's amazing. Fancy sideboard for all your silverware or goldware or whatever it is. Old sofa. Don't get them like that anymore. Oh, and what I'm missing is the artwork above. And look at the chandelier. Wow, that is amazing. Look at that. Hopefully you can see it in this light. But wow, imagine having your house decorated like this. When you lay in your bed at night, you see all these paintings and have sweet dreams. Even the drapes. Wow. I must have a look in that other room and see if there's anything on the ceiling. Hang on, we can get into this room from this side. So I don't know why they've got it closed off with a rope, but look at the drapes. Pale and Company, 1849. Wow. I was going to say, how can you see the painting if there's a rope in the way, but that's just to direct you around into the other room. Right, at least we can see the artwork a bit easier now. Hey, Def Leppard, that's not part of the scene. Oh, hang on, that's me. Mirror image. Again, look at the ceiling and the chandelier. How they've decorated it all around the edges. That's really amazing. Even here they've got a painting right up top there. All this old furniture, imagine how long it took to do all the inlays on all these things. I'll have to go around after I've finished filming this and take a few photos. Hopefully they don't get excited like they did in Cardiff Museum when I wanted to do footage there with my GoPro. They thought I was using flash photography, but I was not. Wow, look at this. They don't make stuff like this anymore. So yeah, you know, if you're into art and old furniture and stuff, it's a good place to come and check out if you're in Pisa. You know, it's beyond me how someone could actually deliberately damage or nick something like this when it's here for everyone to enjoy. I suppose you're always going to get some nutcases. Look at all the old books in there. They're tiny. No wonder they had those tiny spectacles. But yeah, fancy woodwork on these chairs and things as well. Look at the old plates, they've all got artwork. I would be scared to even eat off a plate like that. They're obviously just for show, for decoration. I don't think they ever got used to eat off. You wouldn't put them in your dishwasher, that's for sure. They'd be ruined, they come out in pieces. But yeah, this stuff is amazing. And also the reason they don't want you to touch all these things obviously is because you have like certain oils in your hands and that. This is the Capricci room, devoted to the paintings of Gerardo Poli and his son Giuseppe. Padded seats covered in silk fabric are of Dutch style. Oh, okay. Dutch style 19th century. Right, okay. Well, you can always pause the video if you want to read that. Hopefully it's legible. Come to the next room. Very dark looking paintings, like, yeah, dark colours. Giovan Battista Tempesti's room. Oh, fluffing in there won't affect the paintings. Banquet hall. This is going to be an interesting one. 20th century. Wow. Leather covered chairs. Look at that dinner plate. And these, wow. They're so old, they got cracks in them. They got like coats of arms on them as well. But look at the wood carving on that. That's beautiful. You would have to have a big dining room to fit this thing in there. Just imagine the dinner service, you know, all the fancy plates and glasses and cutlery they had in that. Serving dishes. The fox is sticking his head through the wall there. Wow, that is one out of a big dining room table. 12 people can sit at this table. Check that out, look at that in the middle. Those would be to hold something, I'm guessing, the seashells, I don't know. Or is it just for decoration? I'm ignorant when it comes to art and stuff, I'll admit that. But even that mirror, look at the frame that it's in. And again, looking up. People forget to look up when they come into these places. But I mean, look at that. The chandeliers, wow. You don't want that thing falling down, then you've got a problem. And just imagine they probably just had candles in them. But 20th century, I suppose they had electric. Wow, that's quite a dining room. Again with drapes, fancy drapes on that there. Even the doors, old style doors. I'm guessing that noise is like a dehumidifier. 20th century art. That one's in 4 pieces. Kind of like a Japanese style painting, I guess. Would that be like a room divider? Maybe. 1910 to 1915. Galileo Cini. Firenze, which is a town not far from here. 1873 to 1956. Eh? That guy lived a long time, didn't he? Yeah. That tells you about a story about Galileo Cini and Pisa. 1919 vase. This one also 1919. there's an old picture from 1957. Piazza del Duomo. Salvatore Pizzarello, 1906 to 1969. He was from Sarajevo and he died in Pisa. Pizzarello, there's his name on the bottom there. So he did a portrait of the bell tower, the cathedral and the leaning tower. Is that the bell tower or vestry? I can't remember. The leaning tower is the bell tower. Orto Botanico, 1976. That looks more like a photo than a painting. It's hard to tell. What do I know about it? Right, and here we've got another vase from 1906. And this one looks more funky. '23 to 1930. Wow, that took 7 years to make. Nothing on the ceilings in here. I'll have to take a second walk through this place because you don't see as much when you're filming it with a camera. Also want to take some photos. Hopefully you can see it in this light. We're back to the start where the coin room is. Hang on, there's some bits I didn't see. Some pottery and so forth. Wow. A lady with a hole in the back. That's a big entry wound. Sounds like a wristband or something. I don't know what that is. I'll have to have a look at the description by the door to see what this is all about. Look at that. Like a whole tray they've built out of clay. A whole set. It's amazing that they find these things, whole sets like that intact. I'm guessing these are like medical journals of the day. That looks a bit like it. A bit weird. Objects from the archaeological collection of Ottavio Simoneschi. Two main groups. Finds coming from the territory of Chianco. Anyway, you can pause it and read it if you're interested. So that's like the pottery room. And we've come full circle back to the coin room and back to my favourite piece of this display. So that is the Palazzo Blu, second floor. So I'm going to cut the footage there because that is all there is to see. There's quite a bit on the second floor actually. It's much more impressive than the fourth floor. Just looking up again, I've got more artwork around the edges by the top there. On the walls just near the top. Did I check this other one out? Yeah, I've seen that. Right, okay, so I'm going to end the video here. Hope that you enjoyed it. Oh, I missed this gaming table. Got all the holes for your currency in there, drawers, and there's all the, well, I guess those oval shaped chips fitted in there, and cards, old cards. Amazing. I left that out on the video. Battery's running low, so I'm going to end it here.